and to understand how the mind works in a more productive way was immense, absolutely immense. And that just, again, it got me more curious to sort of understand more and more on how we could use that to help my clients.
And what was it that you felt brilliant? And that's exactly what we're here to talk about today, isn't it? Is the NLP side of the business. So when did you start doing that? Well, when was the journey for you of that?
It's interesting. I knew an NLP practitioner, a master practitioner, when I was working for the bank, and he would give you some simple tips, like if you were going for a presentation in front of a room full of people and you were getting a bit nervous. So he would show you some simple techniques that would help you to calm your nerves before you went on to the stage, which was really effective. And I sort of had in the back of my mind, I wanted to learn more about it. And I met an NLP master practitioner during the networking. And I wanted to work on myself more initially, just to help myself, because I wanted to develop myself and get to know myself more and improve my sort of self-belief in that respect, particularly from a business perspective as well. So I went on a course last May, and I saw the during the course and the impact it had on me. Going through the various sort of techniques that you get taught. And I thought, no, this is something I want to pass on to other people. I already had it, I was already coached then, but I just wanted to improve my coaching service then to my clients.
Fantastic. And this really does kind of like align with everything that you do at Cryosport, because it's all about healing the body, and now
yes,
you're healing the mind.
Healing the mind, yes.
Fantastic. Was the moment you just talked about when you were saying you're working on yourself, was that the defining moment then that said, yeah, okay, I want to introduce this into my own business?
Yeah, so the impact it had on myself, just from experiencing that sort of first 6 days, I think it was, we went on, I think it might have been 8 days actually, but that actually sort of impact on myself, and I could see how I've improved from my self-confidence, my beliefs, and to understand how the mind works in a more productive way was immense, absolutely immense. And that just, again, it got me more curious to sort of understand more and more on how we could use that to help my clients.
And what was it that you felt that with your self-confidence, was it business, was it personal, or was it, what was the driving factor with that wanted you to pursue that, to look into it?
Both actually. So both personally, became more calmer, more relaxed, able to deal with some situations where you might get stressed out potentially beforehand. And I was able to actually deal with those situations without becoming too stressed or frustrated. But then also from business perspective, sometimes you have that sort of imposter syndrome, I'm not good enough, or I don't know enough, especially when you set up a new business, which is totally different. And it's help with that as well.
One of the things that I found difficult with setting this business up was imposter syndrome, and the belief that not so much that I wasn't good enough, because I knew that I felt good enough to do the video.
Yeah.
But then the imposter syndrome came over then. Well, why would someone pay for you to solve a problem for them? And it was, it's interesting because you don't have those thoughts when you're working for someone else. You're concerned about doing a job. But then all of a sudden then that pressure of doing the job when there's no safety net, and then you could advertise and market. I was just like, once I start putting my face out there,
that's right.
Am I who I say I am? And then you start really overanalyzing, and that's where the stress and the anxiety, and that can cause, did you find that, for me, I know that I find that when I get stressed, I procrastinate.
Yes.
How did you find stress for you with that?
It can be, and have those little self-doubts coming in, and that tends to put you off doing certain things, or you just find maybe excuses not to do something, like not to go and knock doors and not to go to speak to somebody about what you're doing, because you think, well, actually, maybe I don't know enough, or there's somebody else who they may know might do a bit longer or do a bit better. So it does limit you and stop you from doing things, definitely.
Yeah, I find that if I see like a list of jobs, and I know that there's one that's going to take me a while, or it's at least the most important, I definitely leave. And then I go, shit, I should have done that sooner. and it's a nightmare.